Nesk is going to be tasked with the difficult job of pushing down Freezer, excuse me.
Gonna keep a barricade, gonna come out for a Lems as well to allow more extended play to the depths of Freezer. Hot nade coming out from resets as well, but it's not gonna find a target, and he gets baited into thinking there'd be one in Laundry. That'll lead to his elimination, but Liquid already making up for it. Nesk can now ask for a second one. Able to bring it all down to Shaiko here in a 1v3. No way to deny the plan either. He's got a hot ping onto at least one member of the opposing squad, but it's gonna end up being bad intel as he moves himself out. Won't be able to find the lineup for it this far back. Has to adventure a bit further forward to be able to knock one of these players out. The longer he waits, the more secure the members of Team Liquid will be. Already moving the planter way upstairs to play a hatch position. This is going to be rough for Shaiko, and more than likely, we're going to be looking at round one going into the pocket of Team Liquid.
Got another Lion Scanner coming out there just to seal the deal here. Liquid aren't peeking onto this one little bit. Nesk, he knows he's got the heads up in this gunfight. He knows he's got the advantage. Still doesn't want to take it. Shaiko, full white flash, 12 seconds left. Gets a glimpse at someone at the bottom of main stairs, but look at Liquid, patience of saints. They are not looking to move at all. Nesk finally hits him with a little bit of a swing.
Due to this player downstairs, and that's assuming, of course, that Liquid have actually caught them. I believe that is the case, and indeed, we'll see it now, as Ask has a direct drone on top of that, but still first kill of the round ends up going to BDS. Lems' extended position works out well for him. He'll be able to frag out Palu. That's going to eliminate the Yana as well, so that extra intel that would have come in for the clone now gone. Nesk as well, directly challenging Rafal, but almost doesn't seem ready for the fight when he's thrust into it. So he goes down. Ask will be able to correct slightly, and now even the numbers out as he gets 2 on his entry into games.
Reset's just having a little bit of a hard time there with the lifeline. Is going to get himself caught here. Takes a lot of damage, but he's got the LMG and he can continue to take this engagement. But look at the team play. BDS are there ready to collect as one turns tail and runs the other way. Another appears out of the shadows.
Come out from Bride over at the 90 wrap inside of Freezer here. He can extend that probably to right around the 20-second marker on this round, but there is going to be breaching charges moving in from the Zofia now as the team attempts to work their way forward. It'll work out for Liquid too as PSK strikes first, resets with the second pickup, and they're going to swarm in, completely surrounding the BDS roster. Lems will get one exchange, but otherwise it's perfect from Liquid as they once again take control of the basement.
A little bit different here.
Statistically, they could try to put Ask in the front of this. He's had some good results on entry, specifically for the second floor clear, but obviously he's playing a much more pivotal role right now, and he's got limited ammo to work with. There we go, though. Resets and Palu able to hold on, but Ask will be lost in the process, so somebody's going to have to put that case down on the ground regardless. Numbers are even, and there's a good amount of excess time still for Liquid as well, but they're in a bit of an awkward position now. Resets only just barely able to get himself down that back staircase. A little bit worried about someone potentially peeking out from the hall doorway as well, so I'm going to keep constant overwatch on that. Palu when I'll move in to check the angle and gets a swing and headshot against the Lems as well. So Liquid with some great control, finally able to stabilize a plant position for themselves. They'll go for it. This Toxic Babe is going to show up too late, and oh, great pickup as well from Resets, but the shotgun shell went out and it denied the plant, but it won't matter as the trades come in too strong from Liquid and they win it on the TDM. Yes, but it's not happening. BDS's setup is going to remain stable as a rock. It's up to Liquid to change up that fate, and finally Palu will do so, catching an off-screen kill. The Lems will be able to quickly trade that back though, so we go immediately into a 4v4. Rest of the team attempts to swing at action, but Resets has been held up at the big window because of a Toxic Babe. So that's going to stall probably the rest of this as well. Shaiko with one, Lems with a second from down below underneath of the attic catch, and that's going to leave Liquid, unfortunately, without really the capability to force their way into it. They'll just have to try and brute force the issue. Ask will be able to find the back of a Lems, taking him down at least, but Shaiko immediately handles the exchange. And for PSK, nicely done in this first fight, but look at his HP. One bullet away from going down, 3 seconds away from the round ending. Also, it's just not going to happen. And finally, BDS will piece together a second round. Confidence to move forward. Can't really sound out the Geminis. I'm pretty sure he's alone as well. So it'd be too risky to try and put himself into that state without someone to make sure he doesn't get refragged here. Away from that, Shaiko now paying attention as the floor is quickly coming down from above him. Speaking of which, we've got players coming down as well. Shaiko ready for the initial challenge from Ness, but PSK will use that as a bait to trade it back out. Resets, confirms the rotation coming in from a Lens and knocks him out as well, leaving it all on to Bride here in the 1v3. Bride will confirm the planter by finishing him off at least with the Toxic Babe, but he's still got 2 players to go. One's above him as well. He's got one of his own Toxic Babes sitting over the top of the case. Knows he won't have to worry about much in that department, but where exactly is this upstairs player going to be? He can truly only guess here. There's going to be a real lack for intel. I like to play again with the Babe here. It is going to hopefully fend off a winning angle, which could stop him from counter-defusing from up on top, but still, he's struggling to find this second player. Not going to be able to make it happen. Palu shuts it down, and it's indeed that 4-2 attacker-sided scoreline coming in for Liquid at the halfway mark.
Now to 90, Ask gets dealt half damage, but the Toxic Babes are cutting BDS off, and their time has disappeared in this round.
Probably going to play on the understairs position. We'll wait to directly contest against anyone who tries to move forward here. But Lems, what an insertion! Just dashes in from Hatch and steals 2 kills away. This is off the back of her Falls pick as well, but a good stoppage now coming in. However, Ask, he gets too aggressive, ventures too far out, leaves it open. Palu does the same thing, and that'll seal the round for BDS off the back of that beautiful play from the Nook.
In a row, Toxic Babes to try and stem the attacking push coming in through Laundry, as Rafal and Brede are going to be lined up there. Brede just going to go for a little bit of a double check or rotation now. He's only got 25 seconds, might be looking to buddy up with a Lems here and try and get a plant down on the threshold. Still BDS waiting for the opportune moment. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 execute, 15 seconds and a Lems hits the drop, gets down for free as Ask shuts Shaiko down, knocking him to the floor. This time Nesk is there to collect. Resets jumps into the party as well. Rafal caught inside the barbed wire, goes for the revive. There's 4 seconds left. He ain't getting you up, my friend. Final couple of kills come through. Liquid, patience pays off.
Play into that, or are they going to back up and look for other options, especially now they've got the sentry towards meeting, opening up the back end a little bit more cleanly for themselves.
Bomb located by
the amount of space that Lems is finding here for his team is incredible. Looking now to get a little bit of a depth charge from below, and that will be successful. Picks himself up a second as he's just getting fed here. The wall can now be opened as the threat of impact tricking has gone, but PSK, how long can you survive? 1 versus 5, a flawless for BDS.
Try and resist it. He's not going to be able to shoot at that Rotero drone. That sends him back behind one of his Kiva barricades, but also directly on top of a nade as well. Won't fully knock him out, though, and he does have a little bit of cover to play. He's going to try to back up into the kitchen, though, where the res will be a lot less risky, but still, Renshiro picking up yet another kill, and there's the confirmation via Rotero drone as well onto Ask. That takes him out of the play entirely. Renshiro gets a second pickup here, finally putting some numbers on the board for him as well, as BDS are thrusting through this defensive lineup from Liquid without too much of an issue. PSK and Palu, the only 2 left. Palu finally with the counter for the Lems, but it's not really going to matter here. Brede immediately picks up the trade. The plant will go down. An attempt from PSK to get into the Lion's Nest there, but it won't work out. And we see BDS find another round that'll tie us up at 5-all. Holding the Finka back, but quickly losing control over this construction side hole as well. Liquid are going to need to be careful as we are quickly seeing BDS gain more and more ground, and it's too much of a distraction as Lem is allowed to insert himself on the back stairs. No one is watching it. That's going to be Pandora's box opened up, but hold on now, Liquid, they're fighting back. Nesk with 3 out of nowhere. Lems is going to have to fight for his life here as he's the only one remaining, and Liquid once again shut out a defensive round here in the basement. Great correction from Nesk and the rest of Liquid to bring it back. Save for the 1 player in kitchen, we could see a pretty clean push be made right now by the members of BDS, but they are going to want to use their Rotero drones to get a little bit of extra intel as well as clear out the utility. What a dash in there from Palu, though. Picks up the 1, resets, tries to contend against the Lems, but he can't land the shot, and Palu is lost as the peek comes through. The nade against resets will also down him. PSK trades out for 1, but he hasn't been able to deny this plant. Only has taken down the player moving in from the front end. Needs to try and get the planter here and now, otherwise it's going to be such a tough retake. Won't pull it off, though. Brede escapes. Rafal's also worked himself up to the top of the stairs, and in a moment we'll have access to that hatch here, so it's a rough one for PSK, but if they want to end the game, he's got to clutch this one out here and now. Has access to that diffuser, can try and bait out some of the presence by tapping it real quick, but he's focused too much on the fragging. Goes right out into a flash. Plenty of time, still repositions, just guessing as to where these players could be right now as he's lost the plot entirely. Trying to lock one of them down, but just can't get it done. Maybe able to get the first, and there we go. There's the pickup, but he only has 3 seconds to get onto the case and stick it here. Will be going for it, but I'm pretty sure he got onto it too late, and he's still up. Brede moving in to shut things down. BDS will trigger overtime. To ease. This is also going to draw the attention of PSK finally away from that freezer area.
PSK getting spread a little bit thin here. He feels like he needs to be in the freezer and on blue at the same time. Nesk just going to be holding on to those back stairs, but there has been a drop in through the hatch. It doesn't matter. He's going to get taken out from the back stairs as Palu looks to try and stabilize. Misses his shots. Rafal there to take him out. Shaiko and Lems flawless. BDS storm through the basement. Utility into freezer as well. With that wall open, it's not going to be so straightforward to just walk on down freezer, especially when Rafal is there ready to peek. But under the cover of the flashes, they can get the job done. Brede draws first blood. Rafal's going to be down next and kills Dutre, but BDS are coming up on top. Ask, you've got a lot of work to do here, my friend, as he draws for the bearing, cannot find the next. Lems, the man of the match, has closed things out there for BDS.
Well, Going to start to use some of these lifeline charges to open up the soft breach deeper into the site. Lem's trying to block off hatch access here with those Keepa barricades. Looks to get both on either side. It'll work out, but mind you, PSK, these are very easy to take down. Just stand on top of them, they should deteriorate immediately. For Ass, though, having to dodge around the Toxic Babe, barely survives it. One more tick and he goes down, but it'll come from a bullet instead of a gas grenade. Rafal knocks him out. Bride with another one as the aggression starting to roll out. And yes, you do deteriorate those by standing on them, but it's a bit of a slow process, so Lems, he'll get plenty of a warning before the drop actually comes through. Palu with so far one exchange, but he's quickly running out of time. Not realistic for him to get back into this site. Just trying to play to pad the stats a bit, and it will happen. Lem shuts down one more, and it's BDS to strike first here on Bank.
Skeleton key, more breaching happening upstairs as well. Liquid really milking this timer now, 25 seconds left. Lems looks as though he's thought better of the hatch hop up, as PSK is going to be watching back there for Nest, just making sure that no one's going to be there for the flank. But the first kill's going to come in from Shaiko, as Resets is going to be shut down. You see him desperately flicking through cameras there as kills start to fly, but look at Nesk making that LMG sing. Liquid do have an advantage here, and PSK finds Renshi under the desk. They're going to get the plan down with 1 second left. Shaiko runs out of ammo and gets swung by Palu.
When the execute is ready to move forward for Nesk and the rest of Liquid, though, still no sign of that actual play coming forward, and they are very quickly running out of time to make it happen. Toxic Babes, only the first one has now been deployed here. Might just have to rush past it, and Bride fends off the first defender here coming in. Resets in PSK, though, get the intel they need to move themselves into it. Bride has been the only hope for this squad and is going to be the only one left alive, but it's not enough. No one else from BDS able to pick up those frags, and Liquid very low on time, but still able to force their way into the open area for a second round in a row.
Usually want Palu with a gun in his hand, not a case, but needs must, and he really needs to try and make some magic happen here. Got the Banshee, got the Black Eye camera, but the Toxic Babe comes flying on over Nesk. You get a glimpse, at least you see the knee. Lems is going to get called out and finished off there, but there's a long way for Palu and Nesk to go here. 24 seconds left as Palu now pushes on through aggressively, but the cover has disappeared. Shaiko picks up his second kill inside of the round, goes for an ambitious C4. It's going to give him a rotate through, and that's all he needs to pick up that final kill.
It's still very much in fighting shape for when he is thrust into his next engagement. Not a lot working out for Liquid here inside the first 2 minutes to clear things out, and we have reached that pivotal 45-second point, but Shaiko, as well as Rafal now, going to be caught. Suddenly, Liquid has every element of this working into their favor, just off of the 2 kills against Shaiko and Rafal. PSK with the clean plant coming from those kills. We see the Toxic Babe come in, but he's got an easy path out the backside here. No real way for BDS to start contesting against this. They're going to have to get aggressive, and Bride now lost as well to Resets here. Another pickup coming in from the rappel positions as well. Has left Lems all on his lonesome now in a 1 versus 3. Post-plant positions are well established, so he is going to have to get hyper-aggressive to get any of these kills. That may mean jumping out to get one, and that would pretty much remove all of his remaining time bank, so we'll just see him get picked off instead.
Just hitting a bit of late site prep. I'm unsure if we're going to see something a little bit quick here, as we can see the diffuser is postulated toward that copier window. Lems draws first blood, Resets is straight in. The LMG, it's going to sing, he picks up 2. Rafal, can you do anything to try and stop this? We are going to see a trade, but Shaiko left out in the cold. He's hiding out inside of open. Ask has the diffuser in hand and could look to try and put this down and get himself into a position. Shaiko, how much information have you got, my friend? The answer, not enough. Nesk there comes away with the final kill. Liquid pull off a fast one here to close out that first phase.
But it's important to note, you have the pulse in play for Liquid, and they are actively using it to try to swing out against Shaiko. Shaiko's ready for the first challenge and the second, even mid-yokai stun as well. Still able to get both of those kills. You see a teammate supporting him, but realistically, he didn't need it as he shuts down both of those players on his lonesome. Now we have to fall to the insight players, where things are looking a little bit better for Liquid. Ask at least fends off the first challenger with Renshiro going down on the sledge. Will Palu be able to strike, though, as now he's lost the support of his teammate in Ask. Lems already searching for that final blow here, and I believe as well, seeing the final Toxic Babe come out. Indeed it will be with Ask death. As soon as this fades away, BDS will be clear to move in and start their first plant attempt.
25 seconds left and the hot drop comes in. Palu misses the shots, corrects and finishes, but the plant going down. Shaiko credited with his third on the round, and Lems picking one up in between.
They could easily translate into a plant. That seems to be the plan here, but with the amount of resistance that's been set up on the second floor from Liquid, they may not get the opportunity to deploy towards it. Reset's going to take a lot of heat. At the same time, Lems will also be able to knock out Nesk. It's not looking good on this hold right now for Liquid. Far too spread out. Finally, Ask is able to bring something positive to this round for Liquid as he sneaks up through the main stairs to grab a
operators that have been brought here, and the Toxic Babes are not going to do enough. Only be able to deploy them at the top of those main stairs. PSK first to fall, deals a bit of damage to Renshiro, but it's not going to be enough. Ask just playing on the double doorway into office. Plant now starting to go down. He's got a real big mountain to climb here. Going to hit a bit of a rotation and maybe catch a couple of kills off guard, but the chance of him actually getting all four and the disable on the diffuser here, it is going to be very slim indeed. Doesn't make it past the first hurdle, and what a hurdle it was. Shaiko there ready to shut him down.
Palu's utility will come out hugely though, but BDS not going to find themselves getting baited into it this early on. There's the swing though. Renshiro with the first. The trade is there from Palu though, so the pickup of the Warden works out great, and along with the support coming in from Ask, and Palu again here to defend the main stairs has completely shut down the execute. Even the last player, Rafal, doesn't realize that we have a member of Liquid waiting at the top of square stairs, so that'll be a clean shutdown for them as they finally are able to negotiate around for themselves in this defense on the third and final site that they'll play into.
Looking at his teammate's screen, he's figuring out the right time to go, and he said, you know what, I'm going to do it. He's got a yellow ping to work with. Is he going to be able to find the kill? Yes, he does. Immediately traded though. Look at that team play from BDS. Shaiko there ready to shut him down. Not a bad trade realistically. Both teams coming off fairly equally there. No real utility left for either one of those two operators to provide into the round, but you've just given Shaiko a taste of blood and he likes it. Nesk first to fall. Renshi, great nade over onto Palu as the pressure starts to build now for Ask. No Toxic Babe canisters left remaining. Shaiko hits the hatch drop. Can he find a third? No. PSK there ready to shut him down. 19 seconds left. Breede's been down. Rafal does have the kit, but is struggling in the animation. He gets taken out as well. This is a nightmare. Renshiro with it all to do. Picks one onto PSK, but gets taken out. Liquid, hold on. That Nesk has brought this time. Do have the Yokai as well. Kind of worried about the stack up here, Blue. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of people in Electric.
It's going to be quick, and they're going to work their way in off of the back of a Lems' opening kill as well. Breede, I believe, has Overwatch to the inside of Copier too, but you'll see it. Liquid has no presence here. More than likely with a top down to potentially be established here, but that'll, oh no, that hatch is reinforced as well. There's no easy way to establish these angles from the top end of it here. Members of Liquid going to be grasping at straws for ways to get back into this round. Now, Breede had even brought the fuse as well to try to play for the top downs, but now a moot point with the entire team being on the inside. Oh no, how did that happen? Lems is going to end up accidentally knocking out Breede. He was finally ready to move in from his exterior position over by the copier window, but he ends up routing by the breaching shards and ends up getting knocked out by it. Nesk with another frag as well has even the player count back into a 3v3, so Liquid, well, they are on a timer now. They aren't out of this round just yet.
Nesk needs to try and push himself in here. Shaiko going to be watching onto that double door. This is incredibly difficult here, and you've got to question, how have Liquid not had the information? Nesk swings, finds one, immediately taken down by Shaiko, but the trade's there. There's still time here, and Alems has to hold on. Resets on Palu, they need to pull off a masterclass. Alems shuts Palu down, resets. He's had a fantastic game so far, but it is not going to be enough. Alems there, the star of the show. 3 kills on the round. So Shaiko's reloaded, can you? You know that you're going to be at least 15 seconds on the execute, waiting for that LMG to get topped all the way up. Takes a little bit of damage, activates the adrenal surge, but it's going to be Palu onto Renshiro again. Renshiro unsuccessful hopping into stock. We're going to get the Dokubi call now just to put a bit of more panic into these defenders, as Breede really is framing himself up for a plant here. There is going to be a little bit of denial left. We do still have all 5 players. Question is there a Yokai drone above? I don't think that there is, at least if there is. PSK is not aware of it. It's going to have to be done purely on kills, and Shaiko's going to lead the charge. Picks up 3 along with the Lems, and we're already inside of a post plant. Resets, he's got a mountain to climb, snags 1, upside down repel is no good. Rafal there to close things out. BDS waiting for the opportune moment.
Copier to see if anybody would have gone for that after getting stunned out. Not going to end up happening. The bait doesn't work, and the rest of BDS, at least up until this point, are struggling to make their entries, but Shaiko, I believe, hops right down through the hatch, gets the first kill against PSK, but now where do they go from here? Only 30 seconds left as well to make their bid and at least start the plant. Nicely done. That adrenal surge just saved Renshiro's life. He had gone down for a split second, but in the process, managed to knock out another member of the squad as well. And now another kill will be brought up, this time by BDS to take down Resets. Nesk and Palu scratch that. Only Palu left in the fray. Palu will get one for free here. In fact, he's already claimed 2 for himself, so it's not impossible. But positionally, he's going to be pushed out of this site quite heavily. The planter though revealed to him. They don't know where he's playing from just yet, but he'll take one bullet, a passing glance against him as he now has to hunt. Oh no, he might have made the critical mistake here. He still thinks the player's by beepers, but BDS, he's lost him as well. Finds him now, and he's going to be able to shut him down. The first of 2 locked in for BDS. Only one more needed to give them $95,000 worth of an upgrade in their prize pool, and the first of 2 spots in our grand final tomorrow.
Pointed himself in the direction of Garage as well. We've got Nesk primed and ready on the hatch, looking for a drop, uses the cover of an explosion to do so, and he's got a red ping to work with, but unfortunately for him, the timing isn't quite right. BDS, they're going to start to find a couple of kills before we see Liquid fight back. It's all down to PSK. We've been asking for the Garage push for so long. He finally gives it us, but is it going to be enough? He's got 3 kills to find in 15 seconds. 5 seconds a kill isn't a lot, especially when you're going to be going up against the might of BDS. Lems hits him with the swing. Who better to finish off the job here? BDS through to our grand finals tomorrow.